All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Ka'alamla Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kodash, and also dub honor to the apostles and the elder bishops and the elders grand millstone and shalom. Two sincere brothers out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kodash, and also your Aquaf out there as well. I say shalom, the sincere ones, all right? I'm back again with another lesson. So I tried to do this lesson before, and I was probably about 17 or 15 minutes in it, and then my phone died. So the lesson was not recorded. So I'm back again, and and go through it. Lord willing, we'll be edified. All right. So let's go ahead and show you this little video clip right here, what took place over there in Libya, and see for yourself, man. But before I do that, let me let me get a few precepts, man, and just show you. All right, let me go here. Let's go to the book of this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 5. But the Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning that he brings judgment to light, he faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. You see, so the Most High, man, when he bring forth his judgment, okay, it's a righteous judgment. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. He knows what he's doing. You can't question Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So he brings this judgment to people, and you these fucking simple ass Christians will say, "Oh man, nah, God didn't do that. No, how can God know?" Yes, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is capable of doing that. She said, "The Lord Yahweh, or the just Lord, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. He won't do nothing that he ain't meant to do. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light." So, what took place over there in Libya, that was a judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You probably hit our people over there, Jake over there, and the heathens in there, but they got taken. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. In the NLT says, but the Lord is still there in the city, and it's like he does no wrong. Yeah. Day by day, right, he hands down justice. He does not fail, but the wicked know no shame. Exactly. So, the wicked ain't gonna check themselves. They will keep doing what the fuck they're doing, and keep committing sins upon sin, So, hey, but the Most High, is capable of doing these things. Amos 3 and verse 4. Will a lion roar in the forest when it's like when he have no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his out of his den if he haven't taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon earth where no gin is for him? Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Right? That's the question. In the NLT, does a lion ever roll in a thicket without first finding a victim? Exactly. Does a young lion grow in his den without its catching its prey? Does a bird ever get caught in a trap that has no bait? You see, does a trap spring shut when there's nothing to catch? Never. Always always something that goes with it. It's the same thing with the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Should there be evil in the city, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua have not done it? You see? In the NLT, when the ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Does disaster come to a city unless the Lord has planned it? Which is what happens. Okay. Verse 7. Surely the Lord will do not surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. In the NLT says, indeed, the sovereign Yahweh never does anything until he reveals It's like he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets, and that's what we've been doing. And most of how about Shemshai has showed us, okay, the things that he's gonna do through Scripture. We have seen the danger that is gonna come upon earth, and what do? We go ahead and scream and blow the trumpet to these people, but none of them take heed to it until when they get judged. Now they're like, oh, wow, now that they want to trying to seek the Most High. Nah, man. The prophets already gave you one. Verse 8, the lion have roared, who will not fear? If you're a lion or forest, man, rolling, like, you're going to be scared as fuck, right? The Lord Yahweh have spoken, who can but prophesy? In the NLT, the lion has roared, so who isn't frightened? Frightened. The servant Yahweh has spoken, so who can refuse to proclaim his message? And this is what we're doing, man. Okay? This is what we do. All right? 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And this is what we're seeing just happen over there in Libya. And Morocco too. They got hit by earthquake, man. It was terrible, But this is the Most High doing these things, man. Verse 6, for wickednesses have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. You see, this is the reason why you see the Most High is doing these things, man. Okay, so let's play this video.
In Libya, after Mediterranean storm Daniel caused catastrophic flooding. The floods swept away entire neighborhoods in a number of coastal towns. The destruction was worst in the eastern coastal city of Derna, where the heavy rains caused 2 dams to collapse, wiping out 1/4 of the city.
Whole neighborhoods submerged by water.
And this rain, apparently they said, this was a rain. The amount of this rain is a rain you can, that would take, would be 8 months worth of rain, but it happened in one day. Shit.
Residents in this area of eastern Libya come face to face with the devastation caused by the storm. Some buildings were swept away entirely by the force of wind and rain. The region's armed forces were deployed to assess the damage.
3 bridges collapsed completely. Water spread into the neighborhoods. There were entire neighborhoods that were swept into the sea along with their residents.
Drone footage shows the scale of the flooding in rural areas. Vast swathes of farmland are now underwater. Huge areas of crops ruined overnight.
All right, you hear that? Let's get another precept. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. It's like, oh shit! It's like 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and let's get to the point of it. And verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Verse 13, did I tell the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fall through the blasting and hail with fearful constellation. Now you hear the corpse, being taken down. With this rain, it caused that, man. If it's a man-made, it don't matter. Yahweh Shemini Shaz is in the midst of him. Most of Yahweh Shemini Shaz is controlling all things right now. He's bringing nothing but judgment here, man. Okay? And this will eventually get to Babylon. Isaiah 45 in verse 7. I from the land create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. See, the Most High is, is the one who brought forth this, catastrophe, catastrophe in Libya. It's like, who pronounced that word wrong? Right. So the Most High did that, man.
Aid convoys make their way through gushing waters in the coastal city of Derna to reach residents stranded by the storm. The area has been declared a disaster zone, and the Libyan Presidential Council is appealing for international help.
And the first person to be there is going to be Esau. Let me get another one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 48. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 2. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and a strong storm. It's like a strong storm. As a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down on the earth with the hand. Now this is what we're seeing. Let me read it one more time. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hell and the strong storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down on the earth with the hand. And this is what these people are experiencing over there, man, in Libya. Okay, the Mossad, Mossad did his thing. No, there's a reason.
But, as the head of the International Red Cross in Libya, Tamer Ramadan, told DW, rescue teams face huge challenges.
Access to the affected areas is not easy. Also, the collapse of the health facilities is a big challenge, that there is no access to basic health services in the affected cities. Communication is another big challenge, because electricity is cut, internet is cut, and accordingly the mobile.
So those people over there, they ain't got no water. It's like clean water. Yep. They ain't got no proper food. They ain't got no electricity. Basically, it's blackout over there, man. Now remember, this is happening over there in Libya. This is gonna get to America, man. Let's go get a precept here. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter. And verse 11, it says, I'll bring them with a mighty hand and stretch our arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So America is gonna get plagued, man, big time. Okay, only the elect is gonna make out of America, man. If you're not part of the elect, ain't no way you're gonna make it out of it, unless you're one of the rich family is gonna go hide in bunkers and space and shit like that. That's only and even them, once the elect come back over here, they're 144. We gonna find you where you are and put you straight into captivity. Okay, captivity. All right. But hey, if you were part of the 2/3, a heathen, you're low of the heathen, you're gonna get God, man.
Networks are not working properly. We, for long hours, lose communication with our teams on the ground.
Despite the difficulties, the search continues here for the thousands of people still believed to be missing.
Commanders, let's bring in Anas El Gomati, a Libyan political analyst. He joins us from Tunis. Hello, Anas. A very tragic situation. At least 1,000 people dead so far and more than 10,000 missing. Could this tragedy have been avoided?
It certainly could have been. I mean, the cruelty of what we've been watching over the last several weeks now in the Mediterranean, with an earthquake in Morocco that took seconds to unfold, is not the same as a flood that took hours and hours for those two dams to be breached and explode. We knew about this when this was happening in Greece. Meteorologists warned about this. There was no early warning system. The local authorities in eastern Libya told people to stay at home. They didn't give a warning or try to evacuate any of their citizens. Mother Nature can be cruel, but the men that were involved in this are evil, and they should be known as such, because they're not going to pay the price for this.
Yeah, again, you hear it, man. This is a man-made fucking thing, man. Okay? It's a fucking man-made thing, man. This is Esau doing the fuck he wants to do. Alright? Proverbs chapter 21, verse 1, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as rivers of water, he turneth whosoever he will. So, the Most High's controlling these demons, Esau, so-called white man, to go ahead and cause these things. Alright? Okay, that's the sword, man. That's the sword of Yahweh Shem Yashad. You listen to
as much as they may try to claim now as the seconds to unfold.
1,000 missing. Could this tragedy
just listen to the guy, man. Listen. Listen to him.
have been
I could be wrong, but you listen for yourself.
avoided?
It It certainly could have been. I mean, the cruelty of what we've been watching over the last several weeks now in the Mediterranean, with an earthquake in Morocco that took seconds to unfold, is not the same as a flood that took hours and hours for those two dams to be breached and explode. We knew about this when this was happening in Greece. Meteorologists warned about this. There was no early warning system. The local authorities in eastern Libya told people to stay at home. They didn't give a warning or try to evacuate any of their citizens. Mother Nature can be cruel, but the men that were involved in this are evil, and they should be known as such because they're not going to pay the price for this. And as much as they may try to claim now, as the spokesman was just doing a few moments ago in your recording, the stench of those human bodies that we're now watching is not going to be washed away. It's not going to wash away the sins of those two rival political factions that have been fighting. And Mother Nature doesn't care about the pettiness of their political rivalry. It cares about those thousands that are now either dead or presumed to be dead and are missing. The power has gone down in eastern Libya. The grid is down, so no one can communicate there. Last night there was one satellite phone that was working in the city. The footage that we're trying to get is coming out of people that are driving to Martuba, about 40 kilometers away from Derna, and uploading that. There is the names of civilians that are missing and that are lost or that are presumed dead are being written on school notebooks. That tells you the size and the stature of the devastation, but it also tells you that this coordinated response is lackluster at best. It not only could have been avoided because we had hours and days to be able to plan for this.
So it could have been avoided, but I wonder why they're right here. Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 in our GMBDC. He answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Messiah will bring his judgment on the what he has created. There will be earthquakes. There was an earthquake in Morocco. National rebellions, international intriguers, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, right? Because the man's telling you like could have been avoided, but who's the leader of the motherfucking country? Again, they didn't blow the trumpet. And what we're doing as a prophet, we're blowing the trumpet. So nobody's gonna ever say that we never told him about anything. You can't put blame on us. All right. That's why we do these videos daily, man. Okay, we study repeating ourselves all the time. Okay, you will know that it's like you will know that the word Mosai, God Yahweh have spoken about since the beginning of creation. You see, so yeah, you really can't say nothing, man. He can blame his leaders, but hey, the prophets are on the rise, and we're telling people, man. You know, let me get the last precept, and I'm gonna close it off. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 19. Let me read this in GMBDC. Yeah. It says this. Famine, epidemics, troubles, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. You see? So this is what's happening, man. Like, you Jake over there in America, man, worldwide, take heed, man. Because the Most High is not going to let you go unpunished. The Most High is going to get you, man. Okay? This right here is an example on why you're supposed to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Because, hey, Most High is about to, bring forth nothing but judgment. Okay? Prepare to meet your maker, man. So with that, man, I'm going to just stop right here. And hopefully this was edified. Shalom.